happen. I'm going to tell you that the anti-vaxxers appear to be right. Somebody who did not get vaccinated, got a little Omicron, or maybe even a worse one, but recovered. Now you've got natural immunity, and you have no vaccination in you. Can we all agree that that was the winning path? The smartest, happiest people are the ones who didn't get the vaccination and are still alive. I want to make sure that I'm not leaving any wiggle room for myself. Have I? Have I said as clearly as possible they're the happy ones right now? And have a reason to be, completely. Right. Having said as clearly as possible that the anti-vax people seem to be the winners, I want you to hear that clearly. The anti-vax people appear to be the winners. The anti-vaxxers clearly are the winners at this point, and I think it'll probably stay that way. And I don't want to put any shade on that whatsoever. They came out the best. They have the winning position. The unvaccinated have a current advantage because they feel better. The thing they're not worrying about is what I have to worry about, which is, I wonder if that vaccination 5 years from now. Because really the anti-vaxxers, I think, were really just distrustful of big companies and big government. That's never wrong. It's never wrong to distrust government. It's never wrong to distrust big companies, right? So if you just took the position, let's just distrust everything the government did, well, you won. You won. You won completely. I did not end up in the right place. Agree? You would all agree with that, right? I did not end up in the right place. The right place would be natural immunity, no vaccination. You should take victory, and I should take defeat. We can agree on that, right? That my position is now the weakest, and your position has gone from the weakest to the strongest, and that we can just say that's true. The people who didn't get vaxxed are absolutely in the winning position. You win. You win. You are the winners. You are the winners. All right, let me say that part with no ambiguity. You won. You won. All of my fancy analytics got me to a bad place. All of your heuristics, don't trust these guys, it's obvious, totally worked.
Yeah. You know, I disagree with some of the things that he's saying there. All of my fancy analytics, they got me to this point. Those weren't fancy analytics. That was taking murderous information from the media industrial complex and gaslighting yourself, Scott. You were gaslighting yourself into believing that the only way out was to trust big government, was to trust big companies like Moderna and AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson and, of course, Pfizer. And I disagree with the fact that he said my position went from the strongest to the weakest and yours from the weakest to the strongest. No, our position was always the strongest because it was the truth. Anti-vaxxers were right the entire time. It wasn't a weak position, Scott. It was a silenced position. We were silenced. We were defamed. We were sued. We were kicked off of social media. We were kicked off of the radio. We were kicked off of TV. And on numerous occasions, we were even criminalized. But the entire time, we had the strongest position because we had the truth. The entire time, we were right. It has to be an indescribable feeling to be sitting there like that, in front of a camera, knowing that your days are numbered. Knowing that you won't be on this earth much longer after you come to the conclusion that the reason that you're losing your life is that a fake vaccine was shoved into your body, along with the bodies of billions of people around the world. People who were told that it was safe. by influencers, by cartoonists, by the media, by the alternative media, people who were forced against their will to roll up their sleeves and take this cancerous clot shot. That video from Scott Adams, you're going to be seeing a lot more videos just like that one. We're in the midst of a mass die-off, the likes of which humanity has never before seen, and we cannot allow it to be swept under the rug. We cannot allow those responsible to be let off the hook. We must demand and exact extreme accountability on the people that are responsible for perpetuating this biological warfare attack on humanity. This COVID scamdemic was a genocide. I was kicked off of Spotify for saying so. I was kicked off of YouTube for saying so. I was right the whole time. My position was the strongest